as I believe we have a message from Mayor Cava.
Congratulations to all of our employees receiving service awards today. Whether you're marking 5 or 35 years with our county, this incredible career milestone is something to celebrate. Your years of service reflect dedication, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to our residents. Every day, you help make our community stronger, more connected, and future ready. And for that, we are forever grateful. People will always be our greatest asset. You are our hands and our hearts, delivering excellence every day. Because of your hard work, we're building a government that responds compassionately to our residents' needs and puts customer service first, building public trust in local government. You're part of a proud workforce shaping a future that's vibrant, affordable, and ready for the challenges ahead. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your service. Congratulations again on these special anniversaries, and here's to many more years of building a better Miami-Dade together.
Thank you for that message. And so some housekeeping. When we call your name, please come forward to receive your special plaque of appreciation. And, we'd like you to take a brief moment to tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience with the county. We also ask that your department representatives accompany you to say a few words. And of course, family members who are here are welcome to join us for the picture. And so with that, we're going to start it off. And today, we're going to kick it off with Brent Simmons, Operations Senior Agent from Aviation, he's not here. Mary Hill, sorry. Mary Hill is a dispatcher with Animal Services. Wait, and we are celebrating 35 years. 35 years, that's incredible. Is Annette Jose, the director, or someone from Animal Services here? Please come up as well. You're retiring this month. We're going to be, congratulations so much. And this is your, Margie from my office is our Vanna White today. Would you like to say a few words? And then you as well.
So we are so excited to celebrate Mary Hill. Mary has been with Animal Services 35 years. She's been with one department and done many roles, but most recently she has just been helping wherever she can. She's started with dispatching for service calls, but now she works wherever she's needed. She's really a team player and has lifelong friendships at the department, seeing people get married, babies being born. So we are so happy for you, and congratulations on your retirement, and congratulations on all the achievements you've had with the county.
Okay, And now I heard that we do have someone who is here. Brent Simmons from Aviation, who is the Operations Senior Agent, is celebrating 30 years of service. Please come on up. Thank you for your service to MIA. And oh, great. We have wonderful representatives here.
Good morning. So just a little bit about Brent. 30 years, congratulations, that's a big deal. Brent began his career with the Aviation Department in '96 as an airfield operations specialist on the Airside Division. He was responsible for escorting vehicles and personnel throughout the AOA area. In '98, he was promoted to airport operations agent in the gate control section. He was responsible for, in gate control, he managed the assignments of MIA gates, airlines, and maintained the FIDS, the Flight Information Display Systems. That's the primary source of passenger information throughout the terminal. He was promoted in 2002 to the Airport Operations Senior Agent for construction within the airside operations area. And during this time, he played a key role in the major capital improvement projects, including construction of one of our runways, 8L26R, and the north and south terminals, northeast corner and the central base. Mr. Simmons later returned to gate control, where he contributed to rehabilitation of Concourse D jet bridges and the installation of more than 40 new jet bridges, including the first 2 all-glass bridges. He also oversees Miami's 3 gate towers, and he actually gave me my first tour of the gate towers when I started there. So, but coordinating daily aircraft movements. So his loyalty to his supervisors, coworkers, are character traits of Mr. Simmons, and they exemplify his career. His hard work and team efforts are a positive image on Miami-Dade Aviation Department, and because of your continued commitment, we'd like to commend you for 30 years of service. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's as much as I could say. Thank you very much for the honor.
Okay. Well, a man of few but important words. Anybody else who come up for the picture? Okay, another member. Now this one is outstanding, and I don't know if he started when he was 5 years old. But we are about to celebrate Jairaj, Rudy, as some call you, Raghuనందన్. Raghuనందన్. There, I did it. Okay, you ready? 45 years with the aviation department. That is incredible, incredible. Thank you for your service for all those years. Like I said, he must have been 5.
Yes.
45 years. You all should give him another round of applause. So Rudy began his career, and we're going to start with the aviation department, in 2014 as a construction manager too, within the facilities construction and maintenance division, where he oversaw maintenance projects throughout INDAS facilities, both at MIA and our general aviation airports. He's responsible for managing contracts in electrical, mechanical, painting, public works, and the plumbing trades, covering really all of the functions of the maintenance division. and has always managed with high volume work orders with dedication and attention to his detail and professionalism. Throughout his tenure, Rudy demonstrated a strong willingness to take on additional responsibilities and played an important role in training and supporting new employees. His positive relationships with his supervisors, colleagues, and partners reflect his strong teamwork and leadership qualities. With more than 45 years of construction-related experience across 4 county departments, Rudy has built highly productive teams and delivered outstanding results. His early 4.5 years with the Ministry of Housing and Public Works Road Division in British Guyana laid the foundation for a long and successful career in Miami-Dade County. His U.S. career began in 1979 as a senior materials testing technician with the Task Engineering and Materials Testing Laboratory. He joined Water and Sewer in 1980 as a utility construction inspector and became section chief afterwards. In 98, he transferred to the Public Works Department, where he advanced to the Construction Manager 3 before joining MDAT. We extend our sincere appreciation to Rudy for his decades of dedicated service and outstanding contributions to Miami-Dade County. We did find out that he has filed his paperwork. We were trying to keep him, but I think he figured 45 years was enough. Thank you.
Hi, good morning and thank you. Thank everyone for being here today. Not only for me, but for the rest of the people that are receiving their accolades or their presentation. We are all devoted workers, whether we are here or not. We, at all time, are very cognizant of what we do for Miami-Dade County, because the citizens at large is what made us today what we are. It's not the political enterprises alone, it is the public, the taxpayers that keep us there. And we are privileged to have served them for so many years, and all through the department, working at Water and Sewer from an inspector and rising to the chief position. Then transferred to the Public Works Department as the Senior Construction Manager 3 Coordinator. Overviewing all of the work, I work with Carlos Jimenez, I work with most of the commissioner for nightly meetings. And I look at massive construction, infrastructural work and development throughout my entire career. I've mentored many children from the CAA, the Community Action Agency, dating back many decades ago. And I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful for everyone that's here again today to support me. God bless America, God bless you. And my son is here. I don't know why he's sitting. My son also is a civil engineer that works at the Florida Departments of Transportation in the design section. So he's been there for 8 or 9 years. Here's my son, Ryan Ragananda.
Good morning.
Oh, by the way, I just mentioned to him secretly that my date of retirement would commemorate with his birthday, which is March the 27th of this month.
Good morning, everyone. Again, as my father had said, I'm Ryan Raganandan, also with a very difficult last name. I like to keep speeches very short and sweet. I'm very proud of my father. 45 years is older than I am. And I want to say that his love for engineering doesn't just run through work. It's his entire life. He loves it. My father used to look at me as I'm playing video games, and he would say, Ryan, the train is traveling at 40 miles per hour. And because of those questions, that's what made me say, I need to do these calculations. I gotta answer my father. And I became an engineer too, so his love, it came into us all, as even all his kids. We all want to do well, we all love math, and we all look up to him to become an engineer just as much as he is. Love you, Dad.
Hi. Okay. Can I say something now? Okay, my name is Dorothy Brown Athera, and every year Rudy has told me that he wants to retire, and I'd say, no, Rudy, don't leave, stay, and he'd push it back. But you've been a phenomenal construction manager for me and my company and all the other small business, and I'm sad to see you go, but I will be staying in contact with you in the future, and I wish you well. And I love you, Rudy.
Thank you. We love you too.
Our next awardee is Kepler Lewis from the Correctional Officer, from the Corrections and Rehabilitation. He's a corrections officer, and he has been, we're honoring 30 years, another 30 years. Oh, okay, I just heard he started when he was 3, okay.
Good morning. Good morning. It is truly an honor to be standing here before you as we celebrate a remarkable milestone, 30 years of dedicated public service by Correctional Officer Kepler Lewis. Officer Lewis began his service with Miami-Dade County in 1995. Born and raised in Haiti, he came to Miami as a young teenager. Later attended South Miami Senior High School. Like many who come to this country seeking opportunity, he built his future through determination, hard work, and faith. He began his county career with the County Community Action and Human Service Department, formerly known as the Community Action Agency, where he worked with the Greater Miami Service Corporation. Even then, his commitment to service was evident. Through perseverance and his strong work ethics, he climbed through the entire county chain, from public works, personnel, human resources, his transit family, which they're also present. That's love, okay? Thank you, Transit. And now for the best, in 2017, he entered Miami-Dade County Corrections Department, Rehabilitation Department. Thank you. Today, Officer Lewis serves in the Intake and Release Bureau, one of the most critical areas of the department. In his role, he receives newly booked inmates, completes the intake process, including photographing and fingerprinting, and ensures close observations until individuals are safely assigned to the housing area. This position requires patience, professionalism, vigilance, and sound judgment, qualities he demonstrates every single day. But beyond his duties and responsibilities, what truly defines Officer Lewis is his character. His supervisors, his immediate supervisors, and I could validate this because I'm the captain. I oversee the Intake and Release Bureau. I could validate, describes him as an embodiment of professionalism. He carries himself with integrity and dignity. He is kind, loyal, and always willing to assist. I could attest to that. Thank you. Within the department, he is known as go-to professional. The go-to professional. That speaks volumes. Some colleagues trust and rely on him. When guidance is needed, he steps forward. When assistance is requested, he is there and is always, what can I do for you? He does not turn away. He leads by example. And that speaks volumes. On behalf of Director Green, the leadership team, and the entire department, Officer Lewis, thank you. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your integrity. And thank you for your length of service. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Officer Lewis, today we celebrate you. This is a huge milestone, and 30 signifies commitment and legacy. And I would express that is exactly what you represent. He's quiet today, but he is the spokesperson for intake, and actually, he has been very instrumental in ensuring that several improvements have been facilitated in the intake area, not only for the staff, but for the inmate population as well. So let's give him an applause for that. So we thank you for coming to work with your heart. This is what this is all about. And for your dedication, and for all that you have given us. You're not just a name, you're not just a worker, you're not just an employee, you are family. And we love you, and we wish you Godspeed. The best is yet to come.
Pass it to her.
Okay. So, Officer Lewis, as Captain Perez and Director Green has mentioned, he is that go-to person in intake and release, meaning he's a spokesperson. Nobody else wants to talk, but with him, when we come around, Chief Lorfields, come here, let me talk to you. Even this morning, I've been on vacation for a couple of weeks. When I saw him in the parking lot, he said, Chief Lorfields, where you been? I need to talk to you. So I'm honored to be here to celebrate this day with him, even though he's been with us for 9 years. In intake, he's been there for 5. Like Captain Perez said, it could be challenging in that area. You know, newly arrested individuals coming in, we know what that means. They're not happy. You know, they come in, they're disgruntled. But with his interpersonal communication skills, he brings them down. He calms them down and let them know that everything is going to be okay. So we really appreciate him, really, really appreciate him. And I know, like Captain Perez said, he's been at different departments, but he is retiring with Miami-Dade Corrections.
I'm kind of a little shy now. First of all, I'll take this honor to thank God. Without God, I wouldn't be here. And I thank God for, going strong, working over 30 years. And it's been a great journey, Good, bad, or ugly is a lesson to learn. And I have been blessed with many, many, many good friends that become family. And I thank God for that. And from 1995 to present, I have met some great people, great supervisors, great co-workers that become part of my family. And today, I thank God for my families, my parents. Without my parents, I wouldn't be here. They give me an opportunity to be here. And sorry, my mom not here, and it seemed like she got caught up in traffic. But I think everything what she has done for me. And my heart is always to serve, to help others. And wherever I go, that's what I will continue doing. And let me see. But one thing for sure, transit, you got my heart. I love you guys. And, and I miss you guys. But, the journey has been accomplished when I was at transit, and the Lord sent me to correction and my next family. And It has been great being with correction, and the county has been great to me, and I thank God for that. You know, I hear different stories. Some people complain, all that, but I love my job. Whatever I go, whatever I apply for, if I get it, you know, you're not gonna get. I mean, you're not gonna make everybody happy. The main thing is that ultimately make yourself happy. You know, make yourself happy. You know, like my chief say, if you can make a change, just make the effort. Make an effort. Thank you, everybody. Love you.
Can I have the family member join us, please?
All right. Our next honoree is, I want to make sure I say this right, Leo Gude? Good? Leo Good. Sound technician with Parks, Recreation, and Open Spaces. And we're celebrating 30 years, another 30 years. Incredible, incredible. Oh, I'm like, I know you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Christina White. I'm the Parks Director. And Leo, reaching a milestone like 30 years is no small feat. It speaks volumes of your dedication to public service and certainly to the Parks Department since you've been here for the entire 30 years. So Leo started off as a lifeguard and has had, 6 or 7 different positions over the years. So has kept it fun, kept it diverse. But in the current role is, as you know, sound technician. So Leo is responsible for setting up stage, sound, lighting, making everybody look good. So we want to thank you for that. You, over those years doing this job, you have certainly earned the respect and admiration and partnership of our elected officials, our community partners, certainly your leadership team and the staff that you work with. So thank you for everything that you do for the department. I hope that we too will be celebrating together at your 45th year because he's not leaving. So thank you so much for that and congratulations on 30 years. Right.
So we refer to Leo as the voice of the department because he literally is on the microphone more than he's not. Sometimes I question the message that comes out of the voice, but we appreciate everything that he does. And You know, there's not an event that goes on in this county that Leo hasn't touched in some way. I mean, all the way from events to the airport, special events that we host in parks, political events. I mean, really, Leo is everywhere and runs these events with a professionalism that nobody else has. And so we appreciate that. We appreciate everything you do. And I second the director. We hope for another 10, 15 years, right? All right. Thank you very much, Leo.
Okay. All right. I'm really shy on the microphone. No, I'm kidding. I just want to give a brief description. Unfortunately, a couple of departments left because I was thinking about, man, when I go to take the picture, I should invite everybody I work with, and that's been animal services, airport, corrections, transit. So it's like pretty much everybody that was here already, I should invite them up here to take a picture because I've worked with them at one point or another. Even the fire department, we provide them services once in a while. Police department. So definitely my career has taken me in a lot of different places. I started off as a lifeguard, as she mentioned. I went into management. I went into landscape, throughout the whole entire gamut of parks. And I think the reason that happened is a strange little occurrence. Is I started as a lifeguard. Okay, I'm going to become a paramedic. Then Hurricane Andrew hit, and that changed my world completely. Hurricane Andrew made me who I am because it made you resourceful and made me realize that within parks I can do, you name it, I can do it within parks. So I'm very grateful for the Parks Department. There's two, I consider myself to have had two main mentors in the Parks Department. The first one was Tim Burns, who's not here now. He's up north. He moved up north. I wish he could have been here. And the other one's Mr. Collins right there. He's a sound technician prior to me, and he taught me the ropes throughout all that. And then afterwards, I went into recreation and so on and so forth. And I really had a lot of fun doing it. Along the path, there was a lot of challenges. I think the last 10 years has been the most challenging because I became the sound and stage supervisor, and the people I want to thank for putting up with me with that would be my wife and my daughter and my son who's not here, because I have the most whimsical hours of work you can imagine. I mean, it's just, there's no pattern to it. So I want to thank them for that. And also I want to thank the rest of the Parks Department that's here. Everybody here I've known for I think the youngest ones are my director and my AD. Everybody else I've known for 20 plus years, you know. So I want to thank them for that as well. And I'm a park lifer, you know, and that's what it was. So thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. Thank you everybody for coming out. Appreciate it.
All right. Our next honoree is going to be Ralph Fabiano, Line Production Plant Operator 2, from the Water and Sewer Department. And we are celebrating 40 years of service in Miami-Dade County. That is impressive and amazing.
You giving me a microphone? I am. Do you know what you're doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Super special to be here. Even more special to be here with Ralph as we celebrate 40 years of service. The man's got lots of stories, but I'm not going to tell them. I'm going to let him tell them. Ralph began his career March 31, 1986 at the Alex Ore Water Treatment Plant with WASD as a line plant operator 1. In that role, he was responsible for maintaining pumps and equipment, as well as performing both routine and emergency operation within the plant's feed building. In April '91, he was promoted to Lime Plant Operator 2. His primary responsibilities included operating the lime kiln to produce high-quality calcium oxide, essential for water treatment operations. From 2017 to 19, Ralph served as interim supervisor. In this leadership role, he established operational standards for the plant and reviewed procedures to ensure compliance and consistency among staff. He was also on call 24 hours a day to respond to mechanical breakdowns and emergencies at the lime plant. Outside of work, Ralph enjoys spending quality time with his family, traveling, and participating in amateur radio. I'm going to turn it over to Pablo. No,
Myself?
All right, Pablo. You can tell the real deal.
Yes. Well, I had a few prepared remarks, but you pretty much covered them all. But I'll fill in. I've worked with Ralph for 20 years at the Alexander Orr Water Treatment Plant. Can I see a show of hands of anybody that knows what we do at the water treatment plant? Okay. This is a unique classification. I'm going to be brief here, but I want to explain to you what this individual does. We have 12 of these line plant operators at the Alexander Orr Water Treatment Plant. Our water comes from the ground, from the Biscayne Aquifer. That's our source water. It is primarily hard water. So in order to make it potable water for you individuals to drink, the citizens of the county, we have to soften that water. And the primary chemical that we use to accomplish that process is calcium oxide lime. We are unique in that out of the 3 water plants that we're aware of that have these kilns that recalcine the lime, Miami-Dade County has 2 of them. The other one's in Ohio. Okay, so these are large kilns. They burn from approximately 500 degrees on one end to 2,000 degrees on the other end. 22? Okay, thank you for correcting me. And so what's unique about it is that normally if we didn't have the kiln, we would have to purchase this lime. Ralph and his coworkers, they take our byproduct, calcium carbonate, and they recycle it and make lime for us to use again and again in the softening process. So roughly 10 months out of the year, we are self-sufficient. We don't have to purchase lime, and this is due to the marvelous work that they do at the lime plant. I've worked with Ralph for 20 years, again. We're unique in that we're both New York transplants. For 20 years, I've been holding it against you. You're from Queens, I'm from Brooklyn. I've gotten used to you. But we also worked in radio together. You worked at QAM. I worked at WDNA, and then we ended up in water, go figure. So here we are. He's been married 43 years to his lovely wife, Patricia, and he's got a son that's here present. I'm sure he'll come up in a few minutes, fire chief over at City of Miami.
Yeah, well, can't have everything.
All right? Ralph also has 5 grandchildren. Ralph enjoys also radio, as the director said, and traveling, global traveling. So I rely on him to give me my travel advice. All right, so congratulations. Thank you for your service. Much appreciated. You're outstanding.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Oh, man.
You gotta say something.
Ralph. Oh, man. This guy here. Thank you for all your service on behalf of the lime plant. I've been your supervisor for 6 years. I've learned a lot, and I'm going to continue to learn, especially about traveling. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of stuff on my bucket list from this guy here. Every year, oh, man, great traveling. But, yes, I thank you for everything. Crews, everyone else from the lime plant, we appreciate you. You know, congratulations.
Thank you. Okay. 40 years. Well, it doesn't seem that long. It goes by real quick. I still remember my first day working at the Alexander Orr plant and climbing up these 2 silos that we have and doing brickwork, all that kind of stuff. It was a little different back then, but time flies. It's just amazing. Great group of people to work with, and That's why I'm still here. And I don't plan on retiring yet. I still got a couple more trips to do. So thank you all for the award. Who's taking the mic? Oh.
If we could bring the family up for photos.
Okay, we have a few employees that we're going to recognize from a single department, and we're going to kick it off with Regino Hernandez, who's the ops maintenance instructor with Transportation and Public Works, and we are celebrating 30 years.
Good morning, all. Commissioner, thank you. Good morning. So I have a little biography here by Regino, but as I was reading it, one of the things that I really identified with it was his story, right? He's a doctor in dentistry. And he ended up here with us as, you know, as life has it. And so I identified a lot with it because I think a lot of us, either parents or things like that, have been something else and have landed somewhere else just because we gotta make things happen. So I gotta say I identified a lot with you in reading your story. Reminded me a lot of my father. So Regino began his career with our department in 1994 as a part-time bus operator, thinking this was gonna be a temporary position. As I mentioned, he's a doctor in dentistry, but as life has it, that's what happens. It takes us twists and turns. And, a neighbor of his recommended that he give a try to transit, and here he is. So in his career here, he has advanced his career from being a bus operator to being a bus controller, and his latest is being a bus operations instructor. And that is a position of great importance to us. Not only does he offer the instruction to the folks that are getting reinstated, but also keeps up with all the new techniques, all the new rules and regulations, and imparts them to our team. So, Regino credits credits the TPW for enabling him to provide for his family and pursue his goals. And after 30 years of service, he reflects on his journey with gratitude, bringing knowledge, experience, and dedication and enthusiasm every day. So we thank you for your service.
Well, we are very fortunate to have Regino as part of our team, and we really enjoy the way he works with us and what he brings to the table. So one of the great things about him is that he's always sharing ideas with us on ways that we can enhance our training program in order to help our employees. And the great thing about that is that as he trains our employees, is not only something that is seen internally for us in-house, it is something that reflects to our customers every single day. Because the way he trains them is the way that our operators learn on how to treat our customers so that they can be treated correctly and they can provide service, our employees can provide service to them. So for that, we're very grateful.
Thank you, sir. For me? Yes. It's my turn. Oh boy, 30 years. It came by really quick. Sitting here are also some of my coworkers I'm grateful to have worked with. Thank you guys for always supporting me and helping me and my family. But most of all, I thank God for, for the opportunity to have made it so far. what can I tell you? I'm not going to be long-winded. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Life threw me a curveball, and we made it happen. Thank you, guys. Thank you, my family. God bless. We're going to talk. You have any family here? Yes, my daughter and my wife. Daughter and wife. Sí, eso es importante. Sí. Si no, you can't go home.
And our next honoree is Angela Houston, celebrating 30 years. She's a property manager with DTPW.
Congratulations, Ms. Angela.
Thank you.
So facilities used to be, when I first got to the county, used to be under me, so I have a lot of great love for what you guys do every day. So Ms. Angela began her career on July 17, 1994, very eager to serve, and as a transportation information clerk in the Marketing and Communications Division, and she held that role until 2003. As I was reading her biography, one of the things that I highlighted was, her mantra, which is get the job right the first time. And that resonated a lot with me. In 2003, she was promoted to rail maintenance clerk, a position she held in 2011. The same year, she advanced into her current role as the TPW property manager, where she continues to serve with integrity, expertise, and unwavering commitment to excellence. She's also a licensed real estate professional, and she holds 2 businesses and also has a charity. So that also shows some of the work that she does with the community. So we thank her for that. Ms. Angela's career is a testament to dedication, growth, and service done the right way the first time. Today, we proudly honor her, not only for her accomplishments, but for the lasting impact that she's made in the organization and everyone fortunate enough to work alongside her. Thank you very much for your service.
Good morning. My name is Renessa Gordon. I'm Chief of Facilities Maintenance, and I just want to thank Angela. For those who know her, she's passionate about what she does. As property manager, she oversees a lot of the janitorial service contracts that we have throughout Department of Transportation and Public Works. So she is very passionate and diligent about what she does. To know Angela is to love her, and you have to know what she means when she says, get it right the first time. So I just want to congratulate you on 30 years. Wish you Godspeed and many blessings.
Of course. God is so good, and he's also amazing. As I sit on top of this hill this morning with my face to the rising sun, it is bittersweet for me because there's so many people that helped me through this journey. And I'm so excited today. I am really happy that I've made 30 years of service. But I want to first acknowledge my mother, Mildred Houston, who is watching me on live stream in Savannah, Georgia. And I would like to let my sister Crystal and nephew know, my Savannah family and my Tallahassee family know that I love them and I appreciate them. And this is challenging for me today because as I rode the Metro Mover on yesterday, I just did a moment to just reflect And over 30 years ago, I was here with this agency, and Renessa, we have come a long way. And downtown Miami is beautiful. And I was just sitting there thinking I had input in this. And it wasn't about the building, but it was making sure the building was presentable to the general public. But when I came on with transit, my dad, being a union man, the first thing he said to me was, you need to take part in your union and make a difference. So that is the bitter part of this. My dad is not here with us today to celebrate me, but if you notice, I have a man's handkerchief on my bracelet, so he is present with me. I also want to thank, I have a coworker here, Reynolds Monestein. When I started with transit, he was the person that took me in. And we have been partners in crime from the beginning. But it has been so challenging sometimes. You know, I don't like to use the term because we're women. And first of all, congratulations on Women's Month. And we are still doing it as women, and we are still making an exceptional difference as women. I've kind of lost my train of thought. I probably should have left something towards the end, but I'm just truly grateful for this moment, and I'm overwhelmed. I just want to thank the Honey Bunch crew for supporting me and filling in the gap today for my mother and my dad who could not be here. But I just want to leave this thought with you. Whatever you do, do the absolute best you can. When you do your best, that's all anyone else can ask of you. And let your light shine bright as it can shine, even if it's the only light in that particular room. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Hey. Our next employee that we're going to be honoring is Reginald Tukes, who is the operations supervisor from DTPW, and another 30 years. Incredible.
Mr. Reginald, congratulations on 30 years, commendable milestone. It's a family affair for you, as it seems. Mr. Reginald, his father dedicated 37 years to Miami-Dade Transit as a bus operator. And between the ages, as I was reading in your biography, between the ages of 14 and 18, you held every single job known possible to men. and you landed here with us. And shortly after graduating, so at just 18 years old, you became a bus operator. And he probably served in that role for 10 years, and he has since risen in our ranks and become a bus operations supervisor that he has held that this whole time. And it's a calling and a legacy for him. And he takes a lot of pride in what I read in his biography on, public transportation as meaning more to the public and being sort of a legacy to what we can do for our community. So I'll open it up to our team to say some words.
Reginald Tooks. This guy acts like a little kid every time I come around. But Reginald Tooks has been one of our outstanding employees. As you guys know, he started off his career very, very early on with DTPW. He's a second generation employee. His late father was one of our bus operators, I think for about 37 years or what have you. So Reginald used to tell me the stories when he used to get on the bus and ride the bus with his father as well. And I always used to think it was crazy because he used to get some of our friendly passengers on the bus and he wanted to deal with the same pain. But nevertheless, he has continued to make an impact on our operation, always giving us good ideas on what we could do to make our system a lot much better. He also is always out there trying to ensure that our passengers could get to where they need to get to, always helping the new bus operator employees so they could strive to make this a career as well. So, thank you again, Mr. Tooks, for all of your passion and your dedication that you commit every single day. And he's always sharp. He always keep his car clean. He's very, very stickler, and I really appreciate that.
Mr. Tooks, congratulations. It's a pleasure to have you here, and we really enjoy working with you and everything that you bring to us. And like I said before, right, the great thing about our staff is that everything they do impacts the public. So our passengers are impacted by the activities that they perform every single day when they're out on the field, and for that, we're extremely grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. God is good, man. I waited for this moment. This is like the Heisman Trophy of the workforce, man. It started in 1979. My mom took me to the bus stop one day when I was waiting at the bus stop, and my dad pulled up in a RTS bus, if anybody know what that is. And when I got on the bus, he had that hat on with the seniority pins at the top. He had his shiny shoes on. And when school was out, couldn't wait the school to be out, so we're going to ride the bus. I was going to ride the bus with him and various routes, but he mainly frequented the 35 and the 70. So when I became a bus operator, I didn't even have to look at the map. So 10 years after becoming as a bus operator, I actually wanted to be a train operator because I was influenced by aviation. If you know that aviation and railroad is the same system. So I applied to be a train operator, and I looked, and they were hired for a supervisor. I never thought about being a supervisor. I guess I was too young or whatever, but it never crossed my mind. They called me for supervisor first. And God, it's just been good, man. The many people that I help, the many people I see, I respond to various accidents, especially in the city of Miami. So, but all the public service aides that I work with every day, all the police officers that I work with. I really want to thank my family, Aunt Diane, Aunt Bernice, Nay, Bibi. That's Robert Tooks right here. He keep his foot on my neck. He keep me in line. And I really appreciate that. You have no idea what these guys do. They're very phenomenal. I go into their offices sometime. I see those plaques on the wall, and you have no idea what it takes to run the transit system, and I try to model myself behind them. Also, Mr. Dallas back there, too. I call him boss man. Everybody I call him boss man. Mr. Dallas remind me of my dad. He don't like to hear it, but that's what keep me in line, and I'm just proud that I can be a model for all the young kids, especially when I started, there wasn't a lot of young bus operators. So I even got picked on. They said, Reggie, you got that old man job. I said, I'm finna get this old man money. So I'm glad that I'm been able to acquire this job, travel the world, been a successful landlord and stuff like that. So when we had new students, I try to instill them that and also and to stay out of trouble. Because if you want to call it Metro Bus or Department of Transportation or Public Works, you will be disciplined if you do wrong. You understand? So I try to stay from that and try to be a role model for the young bus operator that's coming up, and that's it. Thank you. Yeah, my family and all my coworkers and everybody. That's my aunties. Okay, thank you.
All right. Last but not least, Gwendolyn E. Thomas from the DTPW department. Please come down here. We're going to celebrate another 30 years. What an incredible, incredible service. Oh! She has the t-shirt. She has the t-shirt. All right, Director, kick us off.
So, Ms. Gwendolyn, congratulations. In beginning your career here. In 1994 as a temporary employee, and you grew. Yeah, that's quite the T-shirt. And in 1995, she was hired as an account clerk in revenue reporting. And, with some folks, as I see, that are still working here. So it's great. It shows some of the tenure that we have. And Ms. Gwendolyn afterwards moved to the construction group with DTPW, and today she probably serves in the accounts receivable group. So most of her biography just boils down into a quote that I would like to read from her, which is, transit has been my home for 30 years, and I am truly grateful for the opportunities, choices, and experiences this career has allowed me to explore. Throughout this time, I've met so many wonderful people who have left a lasting impression on me, just as I hope I've made a positive impact on them. I could tell you that with 30 years here, you've definitely made an impact. So congratulations.
Good morning. I just came to Transit 1 year ago, so I only know Wayne for 1 year, but I just want to say that she's an amazing, employee lady. She welcomed me very well, and she always has a big smile, make everybody happy, and I know she's a very hard worker, and I'm very happy that I met her. So congratulations, I'm very honored to be here. Thank you.
Anybody else? They're scared? Nobody wants to talk? Go ahead.
So I'm even less than 1 year. I guess I'm about 6 months into transit. But I can echo what Carla said. You always have such a pleasant smile. She's there bright and early, with great attitude, great disposition, and ready to work. Just to give you some insight into Gwen, last month we honored Gwen as an employee, outstanding employee of change. I had no idea this is 30 years, but we offered Gwen an opportunity to work over in AR, and she didn't hesitate. She jumped right in, took the opportunity. She's training a new person now, and most people would be winding down after 30 years, and Gwen did not hesitate at all on learning something new. It's just to kind of tell you who Gwen is. So I know we'll be right back here in 10 years to do your 40 years. Thank you, Gwen. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank everybody. It's been a long journey, and I've run across so many people. I've met so many people. I've learned a lot, taught a lot, but I just wanted to say thank you to the county, transit in particular, my family here, some who's, visiting me. I see Modestine out here. I mean, I appreciate you all. I love you all. I have a brother-in-law somewhere. I don't know where he went, but he was here. But I just want to say thank you guys. Let's go. My church says it all. Thank you.
Does anybody else want to join her for the pictures?
And so, as we conclude the morning's service awards, I just want to again thank each and every one of you. You've made a real impact, not just here in our community, but for all our residents, and had a wonderful, wonderful time this morning with all of you. And again, thank you for your service.
Organization, you want to go recruit members to those ideologies, to those organizations, you can be expelled, and members, I think you should be.
The bill
also prohibit state courts from considering any foreign or religious law, including Sharia law, that conflicts with state or federal law. After the Senate bill passed the Criminal and Civil Justice Appropriations Committee, the Senate president removed the bill's final committee assignment. The full House is scheduled to take up the bill Tuesday. Next week, the full House is also scheduled to take up a bill that the sponsor says aims to turn around a municipal water system in North Florida that's been plagued by problems. Last summer, jail inmates in Apalachicola handed out water bottles to residents. At home, out of their taps flowed discolored and foul-smelling water. Many called it a crisis. Some businesses came close to shutting down. Representative Jason Schoaf blames the city.
Members, for decades, the city of Apalachicola has neglected its water system despite receiving numerous grants, loans, and millions of dollars in state funding.
Now, Schoaf wants to put someone else in charge. Under a bill he's sponsoring, a 5-member board would take control of the water system. But a city commissioner told the State Affairs Committee they've made strides in addressing the problems.
Our equipment has been repaired, and the water is being delivered to the residents, in addition to weekly water quality reports.
She said during the crisis, the city met water quality standards and only issued one boil water notice as a precaution. She's seeking a compromise on the bill.
We're asking for fairness, time, and an opportunity to prove we're moving forward, and that the city has a role to play in the future of our water system.
The city only issued one water boil notice during this crisis. That could be true, but it lasted for 3 weeks. And they didn't want to issue it at first. At first it was, oh, there's nothing wrong, it's fine, until I got DEP involved. And then all of a sudden it was a crisis. So there is a long history here. We have to fix it.
Under the bill, the governor would appoint 3 board members. A city commissioner and county commissioner would also be appointed. The bill was approved by the committee 25-1. It now heads to the full House for a vote. On Wednesday, Representative Gallup Franklin was elected to lead the House Democratic Caucus for the 2028-2030 legislative cycle. In a statement, Franklin said he looks forward to fighting for the interest of all Floridians. He says he plans to tackle issues like housing affordability, rising insurance premiums, and health care access in his role as minority leader. Franklin represents Gadsden and parts of Leon County and has served in the legislature since 2022. He will assume the role following the tenure of House Democratic leader-designate Christine Hunchofsky. After 16 years in the legislature, Senate Minority Leader Lori Berman is saying goodbye. Senators highlighted some of Berman's achievements during her time in the Senate, which include the creation of the state's Purple Alert system and advocacy for survivors of domestic violence.
You have led this caucus with the grace and backbone. In moments when it would have been easy to shrink, you stood tall. You reminded us that being in the minority does not mean our values are small.
Although you were kind and you were thoughtful, you were tough, but you made us better as a result of that. You've been a great leader. It's really a privilege and a pleasure to serve next to you as the majority leader.
Our unity is our power, and we can make a difference when we find common ground and work to achieve it. I do believe that Florida's best days are ahead of us. While I will not be here, I know that all of you will rise to this challenge.
Berman was presented with a framed copy of Grayson's Law, a bill she sponsored that compels courts to consider threats of violence against ex-spouses or partners when determining child custody. That bill passed in 2023. Members of the Senate also took a moment to mourn a former colleague.
As you can see, he stood tall in his boots, and as you can see, sat high in his saddle. Happy trails, Sheriff. Godspeed. Mr. President, may the Senate stand in silence in respect for Senator Charlie Dean.
Senator Charlie Dean died at the age of 86. Dean was first elected to the House in 2002. He later went on to serve in the Senate for 8 years, representing a district that stretched from Suwannee County to Citrus County.
Never had a dream in my life that I'd ever be a state senator.
In a farewell speech 10 years ago, he said he was proud to serve and recognized the friendships he made in the Senate.
I want to say this, it's been a pleasure to be here. It's been 14 wonderful years. I don't know how the time has gone so fast. I just can't imagine. But thank you for all the good things you do for me every day of my life. Thank you for being my friend of my family, and understanding me.
In a statement, Senate President Ben Alberton said Senator Dean was a dedicated family man and a strong advocate for Florida's rural communities. He fought for several years to get a statewide water policy bill passed, doing so in his final year in office. Prior to serving in the legislature, Dean was sheriff of Citrus County from 1980 to 1996. He was also a Marine Corps veteran. Thousands of Floridians with HIV are making plans to go without medication as a new Department of Health rule limits eligibility in a state drug program. The emergency rule cuts off those earning more than 130% of the federal poverty level from the AIDS Drug Assistance Program as of March 1st. The rule change comes after a reduction in federal funding. The AIDS Healthcare Foundation filed suit claiming that the emergency rule does not address an immediate danger to public health as required by law. Meanwhile, House and Senate leaders say they're willing to put extra money in the program when the department tells them how much is needed.
They can see that the legislature is trying to come up with a solution, that the Florida House and Senate have put hundreds of millions of dollars on the table in our budget proposals to ensure that people living with HIV in Florida are not pushed off of this program and taken away from access to life-saving medication.
What I believe is that we're going to figure this thing out. I think it's important that we figure it out.
The foundation estimates that 16,000 people with HIV will lose their medications. The Tampa Bay Rays have big plans for a new stadium, and state officials took another step toward making it happen. The governor and members of the cabinet voted to give 22 acres owned by the state to Hillsborough College, where the new stadium would be built. The governor said the project would be beneficial to the college.
But also the overall economy and community with the Rays and all the stuff that would come from that, I think would be very, very exciting. And I think it'd be something that would be good for HCC. And I think it's also something that would ensure that baseball remains in Tampa Bay, which I think is important, but also just offering some vitality to that particular part of Tampa.
The Tampa Bay Rays released renderings of what the proposed complex could look like. The project would include a walkable retail and entertainment district in addition to the stadium. The Rays have signed an agreement to work with the college to bring the project to campus, but the governor said there will be additional hurdles. Further negotiations are expected with Hillsborough County related to the funding of the project. The next day, the governor and cabinet met to serve as the state's executive clemency board. They granted over 20 pardons to people who were convicted of crimes in the past. Capitol Update's Vance Osteen has more.
The governor and cabinet serve as members of the state's executive clemency board. That's the body that determines whether or not convicted felons can have their records cleared and their civil rights restored. At its February meeting, the board considered over 40 applications for relief. Before a decision is made, the governor asks every petitioner the same